Neil Collins, who's also written a book about the 2010 South Africa World Cup. And welcome to Sky News. What are people making of all these allegations swirling around FIFA? In particular, this latest allegation we've heard that Morocco, in fact, won the vote to host the 2010 World Cup, but the process was rigged so that South Africa got to hold it.
Janet, I think I can categorically say that the story from Ismail Banji via video 5 years ago that appears in your Sunday Times today is a complete fabrication. I've got a full list of who voted for who in 2004 when our World Cup bid happened, and it's all quite clear who voted for who. South Africa won 14-10, and the idea that Morocco might have won by 2 votes and then FIFA, what was called deliberately miscounted, is a complete fabrication. You know, obviously I can only go on what I know and what I'm assured of by my sources. And so basically in 2004, South Africa won the vote 14-10, and the whole of South Africa celebrated. This was Africa's first World Cup. We had a great World Cup and it was fantastic. But you wouldn't believe the amount of opposition in this country to the idea, first, that Sepp Blatter was in any way corrupt, or that FIFA in any way took bribes from South Africa. But gradually that tide is turning, and people in South Africa, judging by my Twitter feed, are starting to come to terms with the fact that, yes, we did need to give $10 million to Jack Warner to absolutely make sure that the World Cup came to South Africa. I think that realisation is now dawning after a quite astonishing set of denials from our sports minister right at the start. We're gradually coming around to the fact that, yeah, unfortunately we had to do what every other country had to do to bring the World Cup here, and that is to put some money the way of some of the small countries.
And this is really casting a huge shadow, isn't it, of what we all remember to be a very joyous occasion, the 2010 World Cup, with the huge enthusiastic crowds blowing their vuvuzelas.
Hey, Janet. Listen, I was British-based on the Evening Standard. I did a lot for Sky News in those days. And everywhere I went, I tried to tell people it would be a great World Cup. Crime isn't the problem here that people think it is. It's high, but it's acceptable. And South Africa's a great country. You've got to understand it. It's a football-mad country. It's a country where we loved having the eyes of the world on us. I actually moved here after the 2010 World Cup because I enjoyed being in the new South Africa so much. I've made a life for myself here based on how great the World Cup was and how I can now, unlike under the days of apartheid, I can go quite freely into the townships and watch football with my young son who plays for a local side here. It's a great country to play football. We had a great World Cup. The fact that Danny Jordan, Ervin Kaizer and some of the other guys, right up to the top, to the president at the time, had to agree to a $10 million diaspora fund payment to Jack Warner is almost by the by when it comes to that. I think South Africa just did what it had to do to get the World Cup here at that time. It involved taking Nelson Mandela and Archbishop Desmond Tutu, both Nobel Peace Prize winners, all the way to Trinidad to see Jack Warner, to persuade him that because the 4 African exec members from CAF were all voting against us for Morocco, he had to persuade CONCACAF, or at least 2 of CONCACAF, Chuck Blazer and Jack Warner, to vote for South Africa and not Morocco, and we won the bid 14-10. That's really what this story is all about, the shock of realising that we had to get as dirty as everyone else. The possibility that maybe we did it in good faith, maybe we wanted to give money to the African diaspora, which was said at the time, you know, and people in the Caribbean of African descent were supposed to get football pitches and nice facilities from that first African World Cup. The great disappointment is that no one checked into that. There was no publicity given to that Africa Diaspora Fund, and the $10 million may have been wasted. It'd be nice if Jack Warner gave us some of that money back.
Okay, Neil Collins, thank you very much.